welcome everybody to DotP Saturday Inhouses.
Right.
We have Zach Dudek on your casting position 1. We have Proud on the right. How are you, Proud?
You know, alright, I guess.
Good.
Not super shit.
Can't wait to hear what you have to say about this game.
It'll be fantastic.
We are good to go. I think everything is set. Can we balance the teams and get things rolling?
Sure.
All right. So let's hear about what's going on with these players. How much knowledge do you have with the Nomalos, Proud? Have you ever played a game with the Nomalos?
No, I don't. I haven't seen this guy before.
Okay.
It's an interesting profile picture, though. Good enough for me.
What about Jekyll?
Jekyll I played with a couple times, but
Jekyll played a mean Ember Spirit on Thursday night.
yeah, that's what I remember. Or no, was it shit? Who was playing? There was one Ember Spirit that we were playing against. They were in like Magnus Ember Spirit, and they just like got one 5-man RP, and a Sleight of Fist just like fucking wiped us. And like 2 supports on the team were just like, all right, we lost. That's over. And it's like, all right, we got 5-man RP'd into Ember Spirit. It's fine. But I can't remember whose Ember Spirit that was. It might have been his.
And now Nameless Noob. I met this kid. He's like 15, 14, 15. He was at TI. He was a cool kid. Have you guys ever played with him?
I've not played with him. He played. I remember. I think he played in the game you and I cast on Thursday.
Yes, he did. He was the Sven.
Yeah.
Sven. Yes. And he did really well. Like, we were really impressed. And there was the Razor pick in that game, which is why he was doomed. I don't know. It's good. I'm gonna have some echo that I need to fix right now. All right, what about Red Hot and Motar and Essex? So here's the debate with this guy. Is it SC51 or is it ESE 5+1 making it Essex? Proud, what do you think about that?
I'm gonna say. Oh,
I don't
shit,
know.
I don't know. I don't think the 5-1 is like so the way his profile picture is that the 5-1 is at the bottom, so I think that's just the number. I think it's just SA51.
SA51. Okay.
That's gonna be my my assumption here.
Calm, wears sunglasses and white baseball caps.
Sounds like a guy.
You guys played with him?
No.
No. What about Blackheart? She beat me 1 versus 1 mid. I don't even think I've played a game with you ever, Proud.
Probably not. I was kind of late to come into DotP, and since then I mostly just play with Ursi, and then sometimes some of the other higher people.
And I feel like bad ever inviting you because it's like you'll suffer. You'll suffer down.
Well, it's kind of double-edged because it's like either I'll have fun and I'll stomp everyone and I'll just like rotate to every lane where everyone's like floundering, or it'll be like I'll be super upset and losing. So one of the two.
Indeed, yeah. So it was technically a tie, okay, because she killed me, I killed her, and then a catapult killed my tower of a best of 3 1v1 mid. So it's really like a tie between me, her, and the catapult. So I think we should definitely go to the .p Congress and appeal that decision.
Yeah, catapults are strong, turns out.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Aram, I've played with everybody here, I think. So the lowdown on the Nomalome, okay, is it's not his fault, is all I'm gonna say. Most of the time, he's a good player, but he has trouble admitting when things go a certain way. Hada is new. She new, relatively speaking, to most of the people I play with. She's getting damn good on, like, I think I saw her on like an ogre or something like that. It was crazy. Jekyll, the crazy dude, right? Blackheart, you're probably gonna see something like a necro mid.
Okay.
Like that is one thing that she loves to do, and she will beat you doing it. You wouldn't think it would work, but it somehow does. It's obnoxious.
Yeah, against certain heroes, like just the fucking aura of Necromid is so bad, and if you're like melee or anything with a short range, and you just like try to get next to the creep wave, Necro can man up on you super hard.
Absolutely. And it fucking sucks. Alright. Sorry, I need to get something pulled up. Alright, well, we've got to outdo... Alright, go.
Tim thinks you need to be a mastermind to do...
Let's outcast the Kairai, Senior Gur, and AG, or Silver on the periodic table. That's another thing with AG. We don't know if his real name's Silver, if that's what he's getting at.
Or Awesome Gamer.
Or Awesome Gamer, indeed.
That's a real name.
We are good to go, yeah?
Yep.
My face is a bad decision from the Nomalos. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a planned decision. My face. Alright, guys. Well, they're going to draft teams. Go ahead and take it away.
I'm so ready for the draft. I wonder. I'm like still kind of torn about like what's first bannable right now. I feel like everyone in every region has different ideas about what's good. Like I'd first ban Death Prophet every game just because I fucking hate that hero and I don't want to play it and I don't want anyone on my team to play it. But yeah, I feel like Lone Druid is okay in the first phase. OD, if you're planning on certain things, is a decent ban. Invoker is always nice. Venge, I think, is really good. But a lot of times I see people just like ban supports that it's kind of like in general that they don't like to play against.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is...
I think too, there's your DP ban, to your point. And I think too in in-houses, these guys are playing, it seems, with each other each week. So they're going to know, you're going to have more targeted, I think, bans than you would have in, you know, your normal, just a normal captain's mode or competitive game as well. So I agree, though. I think DP is still first bannable. There's some people that think that you can deal with her and that she's still underwhelming because her ult cooldown is so long. I just think that any hero that like basically is non-gankable mid is ban worthy in my opinion.
All right, we're all good now. Yeah, I was just screwing with some shit.
Oh, okay, cool. I saw your mouth moving, and I was like,
Yeah, no, I was just saying. Yeah, the thing with Death Prophet is like she's really good early game and really good mid game, and also super good late game for whatever reason. Her ulti just like doesn't stop being absurd, and then Octarine, like once you hit late game, makes up for the fact that that the cooldown got nerfed so heavily. So I don't know. I feel like once you get past like 35-40 minutes on Death Prophet, she's like just as strong as she was. Plus, Octarine Core is like the most synergistic item in the world for her. It's like healing while your ghosts are out it makes it so hard to kill her.
absolutely. It's it definitely is a great. I think it's like I love the item in general as far as like item addition goes to Dota. You know, people talk about like Glimmer Cape and Iron Talon being these crazy good additions. I think that was just an awesome addition.
Octarine's definitely a really fun item. I love like the heroes that use it for like the HP gain. Like if they need, you know, like an HP item like a Heart or a Scotty or something, like sometimes the cooldown reduction from Octarine is like good enough to go that instead. I think that's really cool.
All right, Jakiro's coming out. We saw Jakiro on Thursday night in the game. I forget
Yeah.
who played it. I don't know if it was Hatakamara. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. That's what I'm going to
Yeah.
go with. I want to say that they played the Jakiro. So,
Do you know if it won?
I believe it did. I'm pretty sure it
Yeah.
was quick. I think the first game was fairly quick. So, Witch Doctor, I think that this is one of the most I love this support right now. I think he's
Yeah.
perfect for the current meta that's out there.
Yeah, he's super good. Anytime you have like if you're against a dual lane or you're fighting kind of like try or anything like that, the cask is super good. Damage scales through the entire game. He has some heal to keep you like sustained throughout and like a little bit of lockdown, so you don't have to draft something like super lockdown focused like an Earthshaker or a Lion or something in your other support. So yeah, I like a big fan of Witch Doctor.
How do you feel about Invoker, man? I see some people who are like, fuck that hero. I don't want to play against it. And then I see other people that say, you know what, that hero is not a problem. We can play around it. What's your opinion on it?
I think if you're Dire, it's not too bad because he's like pretty gankable. If you're Dire, but he just like fits into everything, and he gives you absolutely no information when you draft him, and he has like several different builds, and like he can take over a game and just like combo a carry if it's not a BKB carry in like 2 seconds, or like just combo them immediately and then they die. It's just like some bullshit you don't want to play against, and there's also not a lot that's like first bannable. And everyone plays Invoker, so I don't know. I think it's definitely worth a ban if there's no like comfort picks, like an Alliance Wisp Chen or something. So yeah, if you don't know what to ban, it's either like ban supports or ban Invoker or a Death Prophet. And like OD, I'm still kind of torn on. If you're gonna play a BKB carry, it's fine to like leave OD in the pool for the most part, but if not, you probably want to ban him. So I feel like their 3 bans besides Anti-Mage all make perfect sense to me.
Absolutely. And so the Venomancer comes out. So we've got I wouldn't say Shadow Shamans in the meta right now, but we've got, some pretty high quality lockdown coming out from the Shadow Shaman Witch Doctor as far as like a support duo goes. And then you've got a Venomancer. I'm just going to assume that this is a support Venomancer. It can be run core. We're just not really seeing it at all anymore. So how do you feel now that the support duos are kind of out there? Which I wouldn't say is entirely unique to a draft, but you do see supports come out fairly early. Who do you favor in this support matchup?
I kind of like Dire more, Dr. Jekyll, I guess, as the team will call it. Jakiro, I really like for Ice Path against Shadow Shaman. If he ever gets a shackle on someone, Jakiro can save the person from super far away to interrupt it. And Witch Doctor is like pretty good against all this stuff, but I don't feel like they do a lot to like a Jakiro siege. They're not really good at like blinking in. Like neither of them are going to initiate if Jakiro is like sitting back with his team and there's a bunch of serpent wards and stuff, and Shadow Shaman won't be able to get a blink in or anything. So I think Jekyll's supports are definitely a little bit better, but then again, yeah, they don't really have the heal of Witch Doctor. So if their push like isn't super strong and they get screwed a little bit early game, it's going to be really hard to deal with like Witch Doctor, Shadow Shaman if they don't have answers for their card control.
Into the Shadow Shaman and Witch Doctor point, frankly, Jakiro also, at least the Jakiro we saw Thursday, rushed Yules as well, like as far as support items went. And so if for some reason that Jakiro, if they're pushing towers really, really early with wards and with Jakiro, just like Dual Breath or the Liquid Fire, whatever the pushing one is, if he can get like a Yules out before the Witch Doctor gets Glimmer out, that's instant cancel pretty much on his ultimate, which just takes a lot away from the fight for the Witch Doctor as well.
Yeah, I feel like also like the way this push is going to go, like Jakiro Venomancer, their push isn't cooldown dependent at all, and like if Shadow Shaman is going to like hardcore counter a push, he's going to have to drop wards for it. So they can just kind of like bait out the wards and then go back in again once wards are down. So I kind of favor that a little bit, but they threw a bunch of bans out, banning the Gyro because they're not going to have first pick after this phase, and Gyro will stop any push. Really good fighting early if they want to end early. So I think that all makes sense. Wraith King I think is just pretty good in general, and they're not going to draft any mana burn, I guess. Like they're not going to pick up a Lion at this point. I doubt they'd pick a Nyx in a push comp. And Anti-Mage is like gone and all that business, so they don't want to deal with the Wraith King dying or coming back after Venomancer blows all his shit. And I think that all makes sense. I'm not super sure about the well, I guess the Slardar ban's cool. If they just like blink on Shadow Shaman with Slardar, they'll like beat the shit out of him. And then Phantom Lancer. If you don't like Phantom Lancer, that's you don't like Phantom Lancer. It's all fair.
Yeah, exactly. I think that makes sense. I like the Bristleback pick to an extent, but I'm a little bit worried. I think with the Venomancer slows, the Jakiro slows, in the lockdown, he's going to have a tough time being as mobile as he wants to be in the fights and kind of just get kited around a little bit as well. So we'll have to see how he fares. They should be able to zone him out pretty well early in the game as well. So Abaddon comes out. This is a pretty standard off-lane pick that we're seeing in the meta right now. Pretty strong hero, can get that Vlad's up fairly early and can just do a lot of work in the fights. So there's not much yet that he can like dispel with his shield that I've seen.
There's Shadow Shaman is decent enough. His you have Jakiro to break shackles and then Abaddon to break hex and shackles. I feel like that's fairly decent, but yeah, not a great deal that's like absurd that needs dispelling. I think you can dispel Bristleback Goo with a Photic Shield too, which is something, but not too game breaking.
So let's see. Deadly Hippos needs a mid, and they need a carry still. So mids that are left in the game.
Well,
Lena's
I'm not so sure. It depends
Wow.
how they're going to run that Bristleback. They might do a dual lane or something with him. Because if they do that, and I feel like this is almost like a Bristleback pipe game, honestly. Like if he has pipe early on, he can just like run into Venomancer and Jakiro, like tank the ultimates and just like turn around and quill the fuck out of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Necro is going to be I like this pick. Roland mentioned Blackheart plays it mid quite a bit, but you talked about like that sustained push with cooldowns and things of that sort. But the nice thing is now like Bristleback with Necrophos heal, Witch Doctor heal, you're going to be able to siege towers pretty quick. And Abaddon, in my opinion, he can push towers sort of fast, but he's got to get a couple like Curse of Avernus levels up to really do it effectively, in my opinion. So I like the Necrophos pick coming out. I think it kind of brought things back in for Deadly Hippos.
Yeah, there's like two ways you can think about the like Venomancer Jakiro opening. It's either they're going to be super hard to engage into, like there's just like a huge fucking swamp of damage happening around them. So either you pick a lot of stuff that can like kind of pick at them around the swamp, you like go in, take one guy out, get out, or you can draft something like Bristleback Necrophos that's like really tanky, has a lot of HP regen, and can just like wade into it and still like battle through and like kill all the supports in the middle of it. So I feel like that's what they're going with Witch Doctor having the heal too. Like they have a lot of like slow sustained heal, which is good against the Venomancer and Jakiro.
Troll Warlord coming out, man. Here's a blast from the past.
Yeah, no kidding. I feel like this hero is still like strong. It's just in the right composition. And he's good at fighting early. Like I feel like early fighting support or early fighting carries. Gyro is definitely really good, but Troll is also up there pretty far. His having 2 nukes at level 3, super good.
Yeah, I think it comes down with Troll. I mean, I think that the Troll for me is a hero that because of the changes to him, he's not that person you can just leave by himself in the lane anymore like he used to be able to. He's gonna have a little bit more difficult time in the lane, but if he has a okay time in the lane, excuse me, he can just wreck that jungle and come out like you said mid game and really just do some work and burst some of these heroes down as well. So.
Yeah, his early game losing the like 15, losing 15 damage is pretty insane. Like Jug, went crazy when you gave him like an extra 6. A few other changes, but another 6 base damage was crazy on him. But Troll Warlord, you took off 15 from his level 1 Berserker Rage switch to melee form. So it definitely takes a long time for him to like get certain items to kind of curb out the fact that he lost 15 damage and make up for it. But yeah, once he hits that mid game, he starts right clicking hard again.
Now, like, I know that some folks have run Troll middle. You can pick up an early bottle and roam a little bit more and use your, your range to harass the mid laner. Do you think this is a full-on safe lane Troll, or do you think there's a possibility he could be run mid?
I think you have to run it safe lane. Losing his 15 damage on his melee form just makes it a lot harder to like battle up against the mid lane. You kind of lose your edge. You can't man up on me. So I think it's gonna have to be safe lane.
I'd like to see a Viper come out here for the last pick against the Necro. I feel like that hero is going to do some work against Necro early in the lane, and I think that they've got another natural mech carrier as well and can kind of push.
Yeah, with the Sven too, that's definitely really good. The Sven against Venomancer is a really tough matchup, and with Abaddon able to like dispel people and get them away, I think that's pretty rough. And Troll Warlord giving the blind as well, Sven's going to need either an MKB or to pop BKB every time Troll presses W. So that's going to be kind of rough. But if they can get a really sweet, nice opening and like do one cleave, like Venomancer will just like fall away in the background really easily. But it looks like Hippos still think that Jekyll's going to pick up play the troll mid and pick up another carry, but I'm not sure if that's how it's going to work out. The jug ban, the jug ban from Jekyll was definitely good. Just talking about that slow sustained heal. Yeah, there's Silencer who's going to be mid. Troll ulti with Silencer is really solid. Silencer's a hero that doesn't he has crazy agi gain, but he doesn't really build a lot of attack speed items early on. He kind of just needs to get out like some escape, some right click in some ways, but then the attack speed has to kind of come later from the like hyperstone items, which are more of like mid late game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got an early disconnect here, so while we got a disconnect, why don't we just go ahead and we'll introduce this team. I'll start with the Radiant, and we'll go from there. So first we're going to have, on the Necrophos, we're going to have Blackheart, followed by, I think they confirmed this in chat, SA51 is the official name, is going to be playing the Bristleback, Motar on the Witch Doctor, Nameless Noob on the Shadow Shaman, great set by the way on the Shadow Shaman, and Sven is going to be played by Calm. So I don't know if you want to introduce the Dire for us. That'd be awesome.
No, I'm all set. You got it.
I got okay. All right, that's right. So we've got Laminomo going to be playing on the Abaddon, looking to get out early. Just goes ahead and picks up Tango and Blades of Attack for the starting item build. Arum is going to be on the Troll Warlord. Then we're going to have Hakamara on the Jakiro, Jekyll on the Silencer, and Red Hot 0039 on the Venomancer.
Good old 0039.
Yeah. I think Red Hot played Venomancer. This is weird. So I'm pretty sure that like Hadakamara played the Jakiro and 0039 played the Venomancer in Thursday, like the same picks.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. I don't remember who won that game, unfortunately.
I'm very thankful that Troll Warlord started the Ring of Protection. Whenever I see someone who's going to make an Aquila and they start with like, I don't know, the Wraithband recipe or anything really, any part of an Aquila that isn't a Ring of Protection, it's just, I think, a terrible idea. Normally when I go like on Stout Shield Heroes, I don't really like to start the Ring of Protection, but I mean, if you're going to start something, go the Ring of Protection. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. Walking into the lane with 4 armor is pretty nice when you start only with 522 hit points. So,
and when you're a safe laner, just being able to pick up the Bassi from the side shop, you get an extra 6 damage to help you last hit like as soon as the game starts. And the extra 0.6 mana regen for you and your supports, like that's way better than starting with a circlet or something like that.
Absolutely. So it looks like we're going to say Troll make his way up here to the top rune. It does look like the Bristleback is going to hang out top as well, although he's going to find himself up against 3 heroes, though. The Radiant side brings 4 bottom, so maybe we'll see an early fight, although I think Colm is in vision of this Abaddon. I think he can see him across the river.
They know where each other are. Like what runes, they're probably just going to go for a trade and accept it. But it's worth noting that neither of the offlaners are going to get a ward out or anything like that. And it looks like they kind of planned for that. They didn't give them wards, but...
Looks like they are going to try to run in, though. This is kind of scary for this Venomancer. They're not going to invest anything into it. So
he's just throwing out the 1 auto attack for a Poison Sting and an Orb of Venom, this cheeky fucker. Oh, no. Who has the Orb of Venom? Was that... I swear I saw that debuff. Probably not. It was probably just the Poison Sting. It looked kind of similar. Necrophos does have an Orb of Venom, though. Oh, my. So they got a nice block up at top. Troll Warlords, of course, leveling his Q first. I'm wondering, so that they're doing dual lanes. I feel like this Bristle will do like pretty well against this lane, but like maybe once Jakiro hits 3, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Bristleback, pretty standard, takes Quills level 1. Man, Mango is such a good item, but pretty decent harass coming out now from the Jakiro onto him, just creating some space for the for the Troll to do their thing. They're going to run a dual lane mid. It looks like there's just a little bit of harass coming out on the bottom lane too between the Abaddon and the Venomancer. So things will be a little bit more difficult for Colm in this lane. And the good news is with Motar starting mid, it's going to get some needed experience up on Shadow Shaman. I love the hero, but it is just a hero, in my opinion, that is super dependent upon levels to make things happen. That level 6 is maybe the most important level 6 of any support hero.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that level 6 is crazy. As soon as that happens, you can instantly turn on the aggression, take towers immediately. Man, this Venomancer is taking a good bit of damage. The thing about this mid lane here is the Silencer started with like the fucking most aggressive starting damage build ever. Null Talisman, double Fairy Fire. He's got right now 68 damage on him at level 3. And
he might actually, wow, he just put a ton of harass onto the Necrophos.
Yeah, if you look at, he's more than doubling Necrophos' last hits now, and that the kind of greedy Orb of Venom, she doesn't have quite enough attack damage to really contest him that hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind more Venom on a Necrophos. I think if it's going to go safe lane or something like that, I just don't see the benefit of investing that much before you can get a bottle up or boots up or something like that on the hero mid lane. He's just going to get harassed out.
With the Witch Doctor mid, maybe they were expecting to be able to put a little more aggression on Jekyll than they were able to, but he maybe was just positioning himself a little more defensively than they had anticipated.
Just like top lane,
yeah.
Throw some more harass out onto the Bristleback, but Bristleback's fine. Still got plenty of regen left in that salad of tangos. So then the passive regen of the Mango, which is just absolutely incredible. The Witch Doctor, like Motar's had some pretty good positioning. I think that they frankly just need to commit onto the Venomancer. I don't think Abaddon's the hero to go on, but Motar is just hanging out over here in these trees, and I think if they can get the lane pushed a little bit, they may be able to have a kill come out. They're going to shackle
looks like they're trying to go on the Venomancer now. Oh, he doesn't have enough mana for the shield. Yeah, he was 1 mana short. That's so rough.
It does look like they're going to try to go onto the Abaddon here. He's out of mana. The right clicks are coming out from Witch Doctor, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, he's fast enough. He's the only one on this lane with boots. Sven's about to get his, though. They really do want to go on this the Abaddon again, but they do have a nice defensive ward, so the Abaddon can stay safe. And Venomancer's going to be going back bottom, see if he can do more.
So top lane, Jaqueiro's going to try to pull through, but does miss that side pull. It's pretty tough. There's no like real great time and window for it. So, just make sure that that lane doesn't push. They'll push. It'll be like looks like it's double Archer with a catapult now too. So this lane will push and get Bristol back some of that precious XP. But he's doing okay, sitting at level 3. Versus the Abaddon at level 3 and the Venomancer hanging out just at level 3 as well. So he will need a little bit of that experience, I suppose. He has an item coming out. Looks like maybe just a clarity. So I would like to see like the Jaqueiro or even frankly the Troll. I think Magic Stick is just such an absolutely crucial item against the Bristleback in lane. It's just like free.
I would agree for the most part, but he burned out like all his mana super early. Like once he gets his clarity up, I think it may be worth a buy. But just the way this game went, I feel like it's kind of okay to delay the Magic Stick purchase. Because yeah, like he's not going to be casting any quills aggressively here, and they don't need the HP regen. He's not aggressing on them at all. They just want to get up boots and whatever damage items they can.
Important to note, they are stacking this Radiant Camp, whether it be for the Necrophos. Or the Sven as he gets cleave up. So
yeah,
that stack is camp. That cap is stacked as well. So none of the side camps are stacked, but they are committing to that as well, which is nice. But in the midst of that, this Abaddon is getting quite a bit in lane because they're just losing lane control. So
yeah, they're winning on XP by a little bit, and gold is actually pretty even. I think that's just the 2 kills making up for that. But it's worth noting Bristleback is getting a shit ton of levels compared to everyone else. He's up to 5, which is probably not quite the highest anymore. Let's see. Yeah, Silencer just got his crucial 6. So if they do go aggressive bot, they can have the global silence to kind of back them up there. And is that what they're doing?
Does look like they're going to try to go bottom. Shackle's going to come out though onto Abaddon. I think that's a dead Abaddon, and it is. The Gale's going to come in, but it's only a level 1 Gale, so there's not going to be enough damage to do anything to the Sven. And I think the Venomancer is going to lose. Is the last right click from the Shadow Shaman is going to absolutely destroy him. So meanwhile, top lane they're going on to Bristleback, but he's going to get out, and Troll is going to take a bunch of quill sprays. Is he going to go for it again? The spin. Oh gosh, that was scary. Poor Troll tried to man up.
Close.
The blind doesn't stop the quills though. That's the problem.
No, yeah, Bristle turned around at like the exact right time, and just like the damage made the quills proc and killed him. That's super rough. So yeah, that's where that stick would have come in handy at that point after he got all his mana back from. Was that the clarity? Yeah, clarity fairy over, really good. Oh man, Abaddon again.
Bottom lane, he's gonna go down.
Jekyll's just playing this kind of like slow and steady. He's up to 30 last hits at 6 minutes. That's pretty solid even by like some safe lane standards. especially if you're being contested by a Necrophos of all heroes.
Yeah, and he's saving 1,400 gold. I got to believe he's going to just rush the Midas. Down 6 kills. I think that's the plan, is just, hey, guys, like, let's stop dying. Let's just play smart here. Let me get a Midas up. And, you know, Silencer with a ton of levels can do a lot of work. So maxed out Glaives of Wisdom pretty early. So I'm sure he'll want to try to get active for some fights. But bottom lane, again, they're going to go on to the Venomancer. The stun's going to come out. Can they get the Shackle off? They will. In comes the Witch Doctor there just for the last hit. If he needs it, will stun it and secure the kill for the Sven. It does look like a random creep hit it, though, so they'll split the gold. Either way, though, another kill going to the safe lane side of the Radiant.
Yeah, I feel like this Venomancer just needs to go to a different lane and let Abaddon kind of soak slow XP and get 6. Then maybe once they have that, Silencer or Jakiro can rotate and they can do something if they really want to contest the bottom lane. But for now, it's just kind of not going their way. You need to know when you can abandon a lane. No shame in it.
Yep. And the Abaddon went fairly greedy, too, just rushing phase boots. Sure, it's going to help his damage, but the right click's coming out. The Witch Doctor hit hard pretty early. It was just nice to have a Stout Shield to block off some of that damage coming in as well. So looks like they're going to dive top. Looks like another kill is going to go the way of the Bristleback, but he dove too far, and the Troll will use that ult to lock him down. So Troll's got the Ring of Aquila up and boots another 830 gold after that kill. So things are okay for the Dire side as they lock the Abaddon again, their bottom. There's kills happening everywhere right now.
Yeah, top's not going too bad. He's still winning very heavily on last hits, and Abaddon has, more last hits than Sven even. So gold-wise, even though they're feeding all these kills, they're not too worse off. They're a little over 1.5k behind, but Dire's still doing pretty decently here.
Blackheart is going to bottle up a double damage rune with, the Arcane rune will end here momentarily.
Oh, man.
He's going to pop the DD. I think they're going to try to go top. Is he going to... There's no chance he could find the courier if he makes his way out, if he runs straight in.
Nope, yeah, Necro Bristle is a good diving duo, I would say.
Yeah, not bad. There is no vision either, so they do not know this is going on. So they're just going to hide out in the trees. Blackheart, Jakiro, don't walk there, my friend. That is not the place to go.
That is a dead dragon. A dead forever dragon. 50 seconds down on a level 5 hero.
To fall on this. They do have the double damage on Necro, but they will decide, no, this probably isn't. Let's just secure some damage to this tower. If we can get it down early, we'll secure some, some map, some whatever word I'm looking for. Some map control.
Yeah.
There it is. And it's the first game, man. You gotta give me time. So map control, and it's gonna make it hard for that Troll. They are gonna dive him now, though, as he gets the goo out. It's level 1 goo. He's up at level 4 Quills, though. He's gonna try to chase him down, but will turn away.
He's so fast. Yeah, level 1 Berserker's Rage even giving him, or level 2 actually, 20 extra move speed. 365 speed heroes. Pretty strong, turns out, even with Bristle's Warpath.
So Jekyll comes back middle, did pick up that Midas, so that's a pretty darn good, Midas timing as well. Decided to pick up another stack of Tangos as he realizes Blackheart is gonna, the Heartstopper Aurora is gonna make life difficult on him. So I think
brutal.
That's a good call.
I don't even know how good that is, but I just love it because it's just the most frustrating thing to play against. And you saw even when she was pushing top lane, Troll was trying to pull the creeps off and just like hemorrhaging HP, just like remotely standing around in that area. It was so sad.
So they will ward here after that successful gank top, so good call there to make sure that doesn't happen again. It does look like they're going to try to make a move, though. Unfortunately, Abaddon's pretty low on mana, doesn't even have enough for his shield, so we'll have to see here what they try to do. Bristol's going to be pretty tanky as he's got his Ring of Health up, decent regen.
Curse of Avernus here is really strong. If Troll can get like one hit off. Yeah. Here we go.
Absolutely, but the Quills are going to come out.
He gets to his front. Oh, no, I think they got it. Yeah,
there we go.
Nice.
Big gank there. Definitely needed on the Dire side. They needed to make that move. Meanwhile, though, the Necrophos does go down middle as well. So a nice little comeback there. That's going to be a decent amount of gold change and XP change for the Dire side. So this Midas is going to be going to work. It's off cooldown here in another 20 seconds. Silencer's up to another 1,100 gold. So things are good. And Venomancer's hit level 6 bottom. So they really haven't punished the movement from the Abaddon very much because the Sven... has just been hanging out and farming jungle camp.
He's mostly recovered though. He's not really hitting the good last hit timings. But as far as net worth goes, he's only behind the Silencer, which Silencer has just kind of been given a free lane at this point. So being ahead of the Troll by 400 is good, and being below the Silencer, who has a Midas, is not not the end of the world right now, because that Midas isn't really super valuable gold right now.
All right, so at this point we got to pause. the game is fairly close. Only 1,500 gold in favor of DDH, and 1,500 in favor of Jekyll when it comes to XP. So far, I mean, I feel like the Dire side they've kind of they've tightened the wound, they've band-aided the bleeding, they've tightened the civ up, and I think that things are okay for them. What do you think's going on, Proud?
Yeah, I think Dire's ahead by a little bit, honestly. They kind of lost a lot of kills early, and I think it's worth noting what your disadvantage is coming from, because like really early game, their disadvantage was like they were just kind of feeding bot lane, but once the laning phase is over, that won't really be a factor. So unless we see again that they're making like a similar kind of mistake and not learning from that, then the fact that Radiant got an advantage from that is not going to continue throughout the game. And Dire getting better farm and getting their turnaround kills seemed like pretty well coordinated and not just like kills that were in the area. I think that's going to work a lot better in the mid game.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's a great point. I think so. The other mentality too, and I know like within the DotP kind of guild, there's a decent spread in MMR, right? But as a lower MMR player, I've been in the shoes of we're up 9-1. We can do no wrong. Like, let's just go kill them all and win the game, right? And there is that mental aspect behind it. There really is in players of my skill level where you're like, dude, we just wrecked these guys 3 or 4 times. There's no catch up factor. And unfortunately, when you've got a silencer with with the Midas out, he's got an item again on the way out to him. What is it? I'm gonna check the courier here. The courier is in the ancient and doesn't let me click it. That's pretty exciting.
You can mouse or drag box over.
Okay, so he's just got
he's got the treads.
The treads on the way out. So that said, he's farming pretty darn quick. He's up to 60 last hits, 11 minutes in. To your point against a Necro, the Necro's just got 27 last hits as well. 23 denies. Like if you look at the dies between the silencer and the troll, it's pretty insane the XP that they're starving from the enemy team.
Yeah, definitely. It's even the Shadow Shaman is up on net worth over the Necrophos even. And I think that's just all the kills. He's 3 kills, 4 assists. That's a pretty happy Shadow Shaman. He's got the ult up and everything at 11 minutes in. That's really solid.
Yeah, that's
he's
great.
Definitely, yeah, he's happy with this game.
And they've done a good job leaving the Shadow Shaman in lane while Sven goes and farms these camps, right? So, Sven's CS is a little bit higher. A lot of it's going to be from creep camps, but they're stacked, so the gold income from it is going to be great, as well as the levels, and that kind of just allows the Shadow to hang out. So, to your point, they can really start to punish this Venomancer now, just drop wards on this tower, finish it out with the, with the Sven there, with Warcry. It's just going to make this tower fairly easy for them to take if they need to. Although, Dire side is going to be top and pushing. They do commit the troll ult to the tower. Nameless comes up, almost shocks the troll down. Can he get the Hex off? He's running for it. I don't think he's... Gosh, Shadow Shaman's so slow.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
Swen's going to come up, drops the ward, and they're going to kill the Jakiro.
That'll do it. Venomancer's going to feel pretty safe bottom, though. He doesn't have boots, so I guess he can't really go that far out.
Absolutely. So that last hit. Silencer, though, is going to make his way top. Stun's going to come out onto the Abaddon. He has no ult.
Both.
Crits. The shield is going to help, although Jekyll could go down here, and he
that's
will.
A big kill. With the with the Necrophos on him, he's down for 70 seconds. Jesus, that's not a happy boy.
Nope. This is for sure a tower down now for the Dire side as well. So they will TP bottom, the Jakiro, and they will say that is not safe to go. Let's try to push bottom, see if we can get something out on the Motar. But I don't see how you kill the Witch Doctor. They don't have enough lockdown for him. So
if they get a Gale, maybe they can do it. But with the Venomancer not having boots, point of advice: don't buy any item that isn't boots. Yeah, just don't do that. Buy boots. Boots are
looks
really
like he's going Aquila too, which is kind of like the carry build on Venomancer, and certainly not the place, in my opinion, he needs to be in this game.
I like Aquila in general on Venomancer. It just kind of fills out your stats fairly nicely. And the Bassi is really good for you want to be pushing with Plague Wards and that sort of thing, and having the Bassi aura lets you solo push and draw a lot of attention to yourself, and then getting the Wraith Band on top just kind of like lets you farm a little bit better, last hit a little bit better. So I think it's okay, but yeah, definitely boots.
Not as valuable as boots, I would say.
Not quite as good as boots.
Good item. It's pretty important.
Yeah.
So they will stay bottom. It looks like they're a little frayed. They've got decent vision though. I feel like they could push this, but we will see the Bristleback TP bottom and put some pressure. So it does like the Dire is going to group up here. They've taken the tier 1 middle, so things are getting a little bit more difficult for the Dyers. They've now down 2 towers, and it looks like they may commit for this final tier 1 tower bottom as well.
And those were towers taken without even using the wards aggressively on them, and the wards are up again, so I think that bot tower is just going to fall immediately. They probably want to try to look for a trade, but Jakira's down, so their push is a little bit hamstrung there.
Does look like the Troll's relegated to the jungle as well, so
yeah,
this
he
is
probably
a dead tower bottom.
Wants to get his items up as fast as possible. He
did a nice job saving this tower. Saving the wards on the tower. They may try to, you know, say, just go drop them on the tier 2.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Oh wow, that was an aggressive liquid fire to Jakiro.
Yeah. So down goes the Jakiro. They will get the tier 1 tower middle, but not worth it as this tier 2 tower is almost certain to drop. Do they have any TPs? No TP on the Troll, no TP on Jekyll, no TP.
There's no way you stop this one. This tower's gone.
Well, and there's no TPs either way, so... So things going good. Anytime you're doing chip damage to a tier 3 tower at 14 minutes in is pretty darn good, so...
I feel like they just need to... kind of the problem with Dire right now is that the only real engagement they had, they maybe held on to Global Silence a little bit too long till it was too late. Not expecting to get double stunned by Sven there is pretty rough. But if they can take a fight where Silencer gets some uptime with Troll ulti and Global Silence in, they can easily take down any of the Hippo cores. So if they can go for that position, I think they're still okay. But it's definitely looking a little bit rough.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that that Radiant's done a good job of overall just leveling their supports, leveling their core heroes as well. Sven is a hero. He's got Mask of Madness and Blink done now. So
yeah, that's some aggressive stuff going on.
And the Blink's done on Necrophos as well. So they're just going to be able to fight when they want to fight, go frontline with those tanky heroes, and allow their supports to hang out in the back. You're not going to believe this, or you'll believe it when you see it. Shadow Shaman's 800 gold away from Ags. So,
yeah, that's crazy. His Ags is so strong. It's like his level 1 Ags is stronger than his level 3 Agsless ulti. It's so crazy. That's that's some game-ending stuff at 16 minutes.
So you're on the Dire side now. What do you do, man? How do you come back to this? If you're Jekyll and you're making the calls, what do you say right now?
Smoke the jungle. It's always the answer. Smoke that goddamn jungle. Let Troll keep farming, or Silencer, one of the two, because they both have global ultis to kind of contribute. But you need to smoke something. You need to get some aggressive vision to know where you can rat and not go on a bristleback. This is going to be super rough.
Yeah, he's just going to get ulted. He's going to be dead forever. Is he ult up?
Yeah.
And he is dead for a very long time. It does look like they are going to go. Global is going to come out.
Global. Blackheart's down. That's good.
I don't know. Jekyll maybe get chased down. No, they may be able to kite this Sven. He's going to turn. He's going to 2-man stun. I don't think they're going to chase him down. Venomancer does have boots out. That's a good ult coming out from the Witch Doctor. He's going to try to burst down the Venomancer. He's going to be able to. For that. I think they're going to be able to turn this as the Troll's taking a lot of damage from the Bristleback as well. But the Troll is so fast right now. So Jekyll and Troll will limp away. It'll end up being a 2-for-2 as the Sven goes down on the backside. So they lose both cores. Nice. This could be more now, though, as the Abaddon is about to drop as well. So the cleanup crew is there, which Bristleback does so very well. All said, though, losing your Necro and your Sven for, frankly, the 3 least important heroes on the other team, not amazing. Although if they can turn this into a tower, it will be more worth it, I think, for Hippos as well.
Yeah, I think that worked out pretty well for the Jekyll team. That's about as good as it can go. It looked like the Sven was going to get away, which would have been super sad, but they got him anyways. Just that chip damage from Venomancer with the Mask of Madness amping it up a little bit, really, really strong. So good that they got the Sven. And
considering the Jakiro was dead too before the fight even started, it was more of a 2-for-2 trade. Anyway,
almost 4v5.
So, does look like they're going to try to make this push though, which I think is good. So we will see this happen. Silencer's going to do some damage though. It might just actually kill this Shadow
Shaman.
Can
kill him before he gets out his wards.
Going to come out. Yeah, the Necro's just going to keep him alive. Maybe bottle charge him up here.
Jakiro gets a good... no, it's rough. They're too fast. Oh man,
Abaddon is going to go.
huh?
There's no way to stop this
Yeah.
TP, though, so that's great. Now they may be able to clean this up. The Bristleback's going to go in on the Jakiro. The ultimate's going to come out. It's not going to be enough damage, though, although the Quills are there. The Jakiro ultimate comes out. It is going to catch on to 2 heroes. The Bristleback's going to run away as the Necrophos dies. Can they burst him down? The Quills are doing so much damage, though, on the backside. Jekyll is almost going to die to the Quills. They just keep... They're afraid to chase. Can they get there, though? They will get the damage. And in the end, they will lose the Bristleback and the Necrophos for just the Jakiro. So... well played. I thought that was really good positioning out of the Dire side.
Yeah.
Not to all 3 chase that that Bristleback spraying those Quills out because they had the Quills stacked up quite a bit on them.
Yeah, the Jakiro lost track of the Quills a little bit, but that happens. Bristleback is not when you're killing someone and they have no hope of turning on you, you're normally not too afraid of dying. But against Bristleback, you really have to watch that.
In all this time, too, right, the Troll has just been doing Troll things. He's been out farming. He almost has BKB finished. He's about 700-800 gold away from that item as well. He's just got the casual Morbid Mask, out. So he's doing Troll things, and by all means, things are going okay. Does look like the Sven is going to go BKB next item as he's picked up an Ogre Club, but he is still a ways away from that item. So to your point earlier, I think after a fight like that, you really try to leverage, that team being a little frustrated maybe from those kills and smoke to the jungle, brother. Smoke to the jungle.
Yeah, Troll's definitely doing good. I like that he decided to skip going Helm of the Dominator just to get that BKB out a little bit faster to deal with the fact that they're losing a little bit. Little minor tips about things. Turn your Aki on past the laning phase always. It's just nice to have your lanes you want to push to that sort of degree. And then also when you're farming, I always see this. I'm not sure, like, even in pro games, but when you're... Actually, there's an actual fight going on.
Yeah, we're going to see a big Sven stun come out, though, but a huge Jakiro Ice Path is going to stop 2 people. Silencer's going to last word. The Sven, he's going to walk away and get silenced up. SA has taken quite a bit of damage, though. Does look like he might be trying to bait them into a fight, and they will wisen up. Venomancer wastes his ult on 2 illusion heroes, unfortunately.
That's
sad times
bad
for him this game.
Yeah. But overall, that was fine. Witch Doctor dies. They may have burned ultis, but unless they need them before the cooldown, it's a little too early to say that was that really going to cost them. And they may get this ancient stack.
Yeah, this is nice for this is the kind of farm that they're going to need onto this this troll. So he's got his BKB now.
Should give him Curse of Avernus to kill these faster. Throw some right clicks in, help out a little bit. But yeah, with the hard camp, the Dark Troll Summoners, the best way to do them, especially with Troll Warlord, is you kill one of the small ones and then press W, and then as soon as the big guy starts summoning the little skeletons, your whirling axes should still be out and they'll do damage to them. And the little skeletons have the best HP to gold given ratio of any unit in the game, so they're pretty good to get summoned.
They hit hard though. They hit harder than you think.
They do hit pretty hard in this, but he does have a stout shield, and if he does kill them like immediately with his whirling axes, and he has enough sustain with the morbid mask, I think once you're past level 4, you don't have to worry about that too much.
You mentioned the Sven earlier. He has overtaken the Silencer in farm, which is nice. That said, Silencer and Troll are neck and neck with him, and so you get a Roshin, something like that, which it looks like they may be thinking about doing here.
Yeah, with Troll, you can kill that guy. Silencer also Glaives of Wisdom doing pure damage, really good against Roche.
Yeah, looks like Motar was kind of just trying to split push the lane a little bit, though. They will see him. Did Jekyll pick up Shadow Blade? He did. I love this item on Silencer. He's going to watch so much damage onto Motar when he finds him here. And they will find him. Is the Ice Path going to hit? The Ice Path doesn't hit, but he is definitely dead.
Yeah, inconsequential.